Is BTS quietly preparing something emotional behind closed doors? What exactly are Jin and Jungkook doing inside the walls of their old trainee dorm, the very place where their dreams once began? The K-pop world was sent into a frenzy today as confirmed reports revealed that Jungkook, who just completed his military service, reunited with Jin in a highly symbolic and unexpected location, BTS's original shared dorm in Seoul, a humble building where 7 boys once lived, cried, trained, and grew into global superstars. But this was no ordinary reunion. Witnesses say that the 2 BTS members didn't arrive with a camera crew, nor did they post anything on social media. Instead, they came with notebooks, instruments, and silence, fueling a growing theory that Jin and Jungkook are working on a secret music project born from their shared military experience and brotherhood. It's been years since the dorm was last occupied by BTS. Now mostly unused except for internal company preservation, the building has become a silent monument to the group's humble beginnings. According to a trusted HYB insider, Jin personally requested access to the space shortly after Jungkook's military discharge on June 11, 2025. Jin wanted it quiet.
No managers, no schedules.
He said he needed to be in the place where it all started, with just Jungkook. What happened next is now the center of intense curiosity. For over 5 hours, Jin and Jungkook reportedly stayed inside the dorm's former common room, the very spot where countless late-night conversations and song sketches once took place. Jungkook was seen arriving with a guitar case and a worn-out lyric notebook, while Jin brought what looked like a small portable mic setup and phones.
No selfies.
No updates, just music, just memories, just meaning. While HYBE has remained tight-lipped, industry insiders are whispering that this meeting was more than emotional closure. It may be the early stage of a new BTS project, perhaps even the seed of a reunion track. They weren't just reminiscing, said one source close to the label. Jin had a printed draft of something that looked like lyrics. Jungkook was humming melodies. It felt like the beginning of something. What makes this theory even more exciting is the emotional backdrop. Both Jin and Jungkook recently completed their military service, a period that often leads to deep reflection, personal growth, and a renewed sense of purpose. For Jungkook, especially, the military years were filled with letters, journal entries, and songwriting in secret. Some believe that this secret project is based on those writings, with Jin acting as both creative collaborator and emotional compass. An anonymous staff member who helped unlock the dorm door for the duo shared a heart-stopping moment. Before they went in, Jin looked at me and said, "This place doesn't just hold our past. It holds our promises." Then he smiled at Jungkook and said, "Let's write something the 7 of us will be proud of." This one sentence has sent armies around the world into a spiral of anticipation and emotion. Could this be the start of the post-military era for BTS? Could this simple return to a worn-out dorm room result in the next iconic anthem that captures their growth, pain, and renewed bond? Although there is no official confirmation, several fans have speculated that Jin and Jungkook may be creating a framework for a full 7-member comeback song, designed around their military reflections and reunion. Even RM, who recently hinted at creative wins returning, was seen liking posts related to military brotherhood and growth. Suga, known for producing tracks in secret, has been unusually quiet online, leading fans to believe he may already be involved. Meanwhile, J-Hope and V are nearing their own discharges, and Jimin is known to have stayed in close contact with both Jin and Jungkook during service. Could this be the comeback anthem the world has been waiting for, born not from global pressure, but from an empty room filled with old dreams and renewed love? In a world saturated with noise, schedules, and commercial expectations, Jin and Jungkook chose silence, wood floors, and a guitar. They didn't choose cameras. They chose connection. They didn't choose trends. They chose truth. And maybe that's what will make whatever they create next the most powerful BTS release of all time. Not a product, but a promise. SO now. All eyes are on that small, dusty dorm room in Seoul. Because somewhere inside, 2 brothers are quietly writing their next chapter. And this time, it's not just for ARMY. It's for themselves. Just when the world thought the emotional weight of Jin and Jungkook's secret dorm meeting couldn't grow heavier, a new layer of mystery has surfaced. Sources close to BTS staff now confirm that Jin quietly slipped a handwritten note into Jungkook's lyric book before leaving the dorm, and what happened next has sent emotional shockwaves through the fandom, and possibly even through BTS itself. But what did that note say? Why did it make Jungkook go silent for hours afterward? And why did RM currently in the midst of his own creative resurgence, allegedly paused everything he was working on after hearing Jungkook's voice demo recorded that very same day. Could this be more than just a personal healing moment between two brothers? Could this be the invisible beginning of the next era of BTS? Let's dive deeper. The discovery came from a junior staff member assigned to assist with cleaning the dorm after the private session ended. According to the source, Jungkook stayed behind an extra 30 minutes after Jin left, sitting alone in the common room with a notebook on his lap, head bowed. "We didn't disturb him," said the staffer. "He wasn't crying. He was just still. Completely still. It was like time stopped." Later that evening, Jungkook was overheard telling another HYB team member, "Hyung never told me that before, not once. I'll never forget this." The contents of Jin's note have not been released, but speculation is swirling based on statements from sources who reportedly caught glimpses of the paper. What we do know, the note was short, no more than 10 lines. IT was handwritten in blue ink, and the last line included the words, "You were always the reason I stayed strong." Jungkook tucked it into his wallet after reading it, refusing to let it out of his sight. And then came the next surprise. Later that same night, Jungkook entered HYB's underground vocal booth alone. He reportedly requested all monitors to be turned off and asked for the lights to be dimmed. With just his guitar and a single microphone, he recorded a voice demo in one take. No effects, no layers, just raw vocals and acoustic strumming. The song, according to an audio engineer on site, was like hearing someone's soul in real time. Jungkook then sent the file privately to RM, the leader of BTS, with a short message. "Hyung, I don't know what this is yet, but I think it's the beginning." Within an hour, RM was seen canceling 2 meetings. A screenshot from an insider shows him replying, "I'm listening to this on repeat. We need to talk. Soon." Suddenly, everything feels possible. Could this stripped-down, emotionally charged song be the spark that reignites BTS's creative journey as a group? One that isn't bound by K-pop formula, but driven by memory, emotion, and brotherhood? What makes all of this so moving is not the scale of the production, it's the intimacy of it. This wasn't a comeback announcement. This wasn't a marketing campaign. There were no press releases, no grand teases that IT was just Jin, quietly giving his little brother a piece of his heart. IT was just Jungkook, using his voice not for the stage, but for healing. That IT was just RM, listening in the dark and feeling something real. And perhaps, in an age of noise, filters, and endless content, this is exactly what ARMY and BTS themselves needed. There was one final, stunning revelation from the studio engineer. When asked what Jungkook titled the voice demo before sending it to RM, the engineer replied with a small smile. He named it, "For us. For you. For me." That says everything. Whatever happens next, whether it's a solo track, a secret album, or the return of 7 stars shining together once more, this moment will be remembered, because this was the moment Jungkook and Jin stepped back into their past, only to find they still had something new to say, and maybe, just maybe, it's exactly what the world needs to hear. After weeks of speculation, secret meetings, and emotional revelations, fans are now asking one question louder than ever. Could this be it? Is BTS truly, finally, coming back together? With Jungkook's military discharge now official and Jin's post-service schedule surprisingly empty, all signs are pointing to something far bigger than a private moment between brothers. Whispers of a secret recording, an unreleased demo, and a handwritten note that broke Jungkook's heart wide open are no longer just rumors. They're becoming breadcrumbs toward what many believe is the reignition of BTS's collective soul. But what does that look like in 2025? Can 7 men who've grown, suffered, and changed so deeply over the past 2 years still make magic together? Or will they emerge with a new sound, new message, and a different kind of connection that surprises even themselves? Let's break down what we know and what could be on the horizon. When Jin and Jungkook chose to meet quietly at the old BTS trainee dorm, fans were intrigued, but they never expected what followed. No fanfare. No fan service. Just a visit soaked in memories and what's now confirmed as the beginning of something deeply personal. An acoustic song inspired by shared experiences and repressed feelings that never had the space to be sung. Jungkook's one-take recording, sent privately to RM.